Hello everyone, welcome back to A Couple of Brain Cells. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Kyle.
This is a pop culture podcast all about the things that Kyle has never heard of and that I have been too chronically online for. This week, we are diving back into the depths of YouTube.
I can't wait.
I
feel like there's just so many things on YouTube.
Genuinely, researching this, I've never been more, angry, annoyed. I feel like I lost brain cells researching this topic this week.
That's dangerous. We only have 2.
I know. And, well, I guess we're down to 1.
Uh-oh.
And a half, maybe.
It's not good.
I don't know. But before we do, I do have a fun little update from last week. A little update about Olivia Rodrigo, just because I think it's fun. So, since our episode on Sabrina, Joshua, and Olivia, something really historic happened for Olivia. Her single Drop Dead went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, which makes her the first artist in history to have every single one of her lead singles hit #1 on the charts.
That's crazy.
I just want to mention that because I think that's really cool, and that's like a record that we will not see broken anytime soon. To have every single one of your lead singles go #1. That's crazy. And I just want to say, Olivia Rodrigo, friend of the podcast, I know you're listening. I will be there for your next #1 as well to keep this streak going. Just want you to know that, queen.
Yeah, she's always invited.
Yes. So anyways, YouTube. Kyle, on our first episode in which we discussed TanaCon, we did talk a little bit about your relationship with YouTube, but I wanted to ask what your relationship was like, specifically with YouTubers. Like, were there any that you really watched religiously ever?
Not really, no. I wasn't really on YouTube enough to really track individuals. I think that's why we're here.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So I feel like YouTubers and being a YouTuber in general has gone through quite a few changes and phases throughout the years of YouTube. When you think about it, it's like a very new position to have, like as an employee of YouTube almost. And we've kind of gotten to watch how different people navigate it and use it in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah, to be a YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's people who go on there for music, people who go on there for tutorials, and then there's the ones who go on there for media consumption, which I think is where I'm guessing you spent most of your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was consuming media. Today we'll be covering YouTuber and actress Colleen Ballinger, also known as Miranda Sings, who she is and her relationship with her fans and the internet as a whole. Kyle, have you ever heard of Colleen Ballinger or Miranda Sings?
For the name Miranda Sings, yes. I would thought her name was Miranda.
You would think from the Miranda Sings, but Miranda Sings is a character that Colleen Ballinger plays.
Gotcha.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot of names in this. I also do want to give a trigger warning. If you can't handle discussions of grooming, just use of words related to sexual assaults, any adults talking to children in any capacity, you are welcome to skip this episode, and we'll see you next week, because literally, like I said, I'm pissed the hell off. I'm pissed the hell off researching this goddamn fucking episode.
They can't wait.
I know. Okay, let's get into it. Colleen Ballinger is an actress and YouTuber who rose to fame through her character, Miranda Sings. We'll first talk a little bit about who Colleen is, and then we'll talk about Miranda. So Colleen Ballinger was born in Santa Monica, California. She has 4 siblings, 2 of which, Rachel and Chris, are also YouTubers. From what I can tell, she grew up in a very sheltered religious household. And I feel like that's important to who she becomes. She grew up falling in love with all things musical theater. She ended up attending Azusa Pacific University, where she graduated with a major in vocal performance before making a move into a professional acting career. She worked at Disneyland as a parade performer from 2007 to 2008, before moving to New York City, where she took part in cabaret shows and performed off-Broadway in 2011. In the midst of all her work, she took note of the type of people around her. Egotistical singers convinced that they were going to make it big, but lacked the talent to do so. Through this, she came up with the character Miranda Sings, a girl from Tacoma, Washington that posts her bad singing videos on YouTube in hopes of getting noticed. Kyle, I'm going to play you a little snippet of the first ever Miranda Sings. Okay,
before you do that, so the character is from Tacoma, Washington.
Yes.
She's not from Tacoma. She's from California.
She's from Santa Monica, yeah. So I'm going to play you 2 clips, one of the beginning of the video, and then one of her, like, singing in the video.
My name's Miranda. I'm from Tacoma, Washington. I'm a singer, and everyone tells me, like, you're so good, you should make YouTube, so that's what I'm doing.
And then this is her singing.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write.
So you can see she's almost like this, like, has like a Valley Girl accent, like thinking she's like hot shit, and then she can't sing.
I don't know. I think, like, just watching the video, and maybe it's because I know what her bit was, but you could see she's trying really hard to look out of the ordinary.
You think?
I think so.
Oh,
at least
interesting.
in the second clip you showed.
Okay, like her mannerisms in the second clip.
Yeah, like
see.
From her just talking in the first one to when she's trying to sing, I feel like she's really forcing her face movements
Okay.
to look bad.
Yes. So at first, it's just her singing kind of like a funny tone and thinking she's like incredible, making the funny faces like you said. However, Miranda has a slow climb to popularity, and in that time, Colleen made her a more distinct character. She began to pull her hair further back to expose more of her forehead. She would move her eyebrows in insane ways to make her even more off-putting. She would do the smirk and overline her lips with bright red lipstick. Bright red lipstick. She would pronounce words in weird ways, and she would most commonly wear a men's button-up shirt all the way buttoned up and then tucked into red sweatpants that have been pulled up like all the way. So I'm going to show you...
Yeah, you gotta have a photo or video.
Yes, I'm gonna show you like the evolved version of her. So by the time she like hits her stride, this is a cover of her singing "Hello" by Adele in this new formed character.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go over.
Genuinely, like, watching you watch that, like, I have, like, embarrassment. Like, second embarrassment.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
It's interesting, that's crazy.
Yeah, I just think of when she was on YouTube and who else was on YouTube at the time.
This was, like, 2013,
like,
2014.
who was consuming this type of content at the time, I think. It's interesting that she was out there trying to do this. It reminds me of like early, what was it, Vines or TikToks.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it's like a TikTok bit. You know, it's a TikTok character.
That's kind of interesting you say that. Like, that it's almost cyclical.
It was a prelude to bits and shorts.
So, another couple things about Miranda as a character. She's very politically incorrect, but says things in a way that, like, I can only describe as, like, a homeschool kid doesn't know that they're, like, bad things to say. She just, like, says things. One thing that comes to mind is, like, she would talk about hanging out with her uncle and then sitting on his back using a daddy saddle.
What is a daddy saddle? What?
So, she made a video, and I don't have the video, with her sister Rachel. I might post it on her Instagram. Actually, let me look it up right now. And a fan, like, makes her, like, a daddy saddle for, like, a meet and group.
You're still using this term. I don't understand what it is. Even though
it's a saddle you put on your daddy or uncle or whoever. You ride around. Like, on his back.
It's like a horse saddle meant for a person.
Yeah.
On their back.
Hold on.
That's what you could say. It doesn't have to be for daddy.
Miranda says that this is a saddle specifically meant for, like, a dad. I found the video. Hold on. Yes, in the description it says, "Today I teach you how to ride a daddy saddle. I recommend using your uncle or other strong man, but today I'm using Rachel," which is her sister, but she calls her assistant in the video.
Look at what I got. So I got this from Juliet and Amanda tonight at my Boston show, and they made it from scratch by their hands. And I just love it. I think it's the most amazing daddy saddle I ever did seen. And I've been wanting a daddy saddle since Christmas, and I never got it one. So now that I have one, I'm really excited. Can't wait to try it out on my uncle.
I'm going to put that on Instagram.
I think we just lost the other brain cell.
Do you see my struggle? I watched like 30 goddamn videos just like
both
that.
Brain cells. I think that's it. I think we're done.
Go ahead and cut the cameras. Cut the recording. We're done. Cancel the podcast. Anyways, but things like that were... It almost implies that Miranda doesn't know she's, like, being molested. Probably by her uncle. Like, weird shit like that, right? Some other things that are part of the brand is referring to anything risque as porn. And also posting her videos with lots of typos in the description and the titles. Part of her existence was rooted in pissing people off. Mostly because, especially at the beginning, when she didn't have as much makeup and stuff on, people thought it was real. So, like, when she was in that first video we saw.
So it's like a clown wearing clown makeup.
Pretty much. It is clown.
It is
But I think clowns have more art to their craft.
They do. They include magic tricks sometimes.
Like I said, her rise to fame was not overnight. It took about 5 years for her to, like, really explode. But because of that, Miranda was a solid character. The videos that really put her on the map were ones where she was responding to hate comments. And in 2013 was when she, like, really hit her stride. Her brand of comedy was kind of perfect for the moment, especially as her main base were, like, teens. And I would say her comedy is very middle school. A lot of it involves saying, like, body parts, like, just for fun. Like, she used to call her boobs chesticles. Things like that.
Yeah, it sounds pretty middle schooler.
Yeah. Almost like you've been sheltered your whole life and you think these things are still funny. She began touring as Miranda in 2014, with the show beginning with her as Colleen, and then she transforms into Miranda. She also makes appearances on TV shows like the Nickelodeon show Victorious and the Netflix original Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld, where it's Miranda in these getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. She became so popular that she was even given her own Netflix show called Haters Back Off, which was one of Miranda's famous lines. She would read her hate comments and go, "Haters back off!"
Oh.
That was a pretty good impression, huh?
Was it? I wouldn't know.
Oh,
I wouldn't know.
We just watched the Daddy Saddle video.
I watched probably like not even a minute, not even 60 seconds of her content so far.
Well, I think it was good. As someone, I unfortunately consumed her content. Is that surprising to you?
No.
Okay.
It shows.
Huh?
Huh?
Anyways. While Miranda was growing in popularity, so was Colleen. She had 2 spin-off channels for her videos and vlogs just of her.
So she was running 2 concurrent things.
She was running 3.
Miranda and Colleen.
Oh, I guess like 2 people, but 3 channels.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she had 2 bits.
Yes.
Herself, who she is in her character.
Yes.
Got it.
People became really connected to her through her vlogs. She featured her friends and family members quite often, and one of those friends happened to be... I'll let you guess, Kyle, but I'm going to give you some hints, okay? This friend is a girl. She's still extremely famous and successful to this day, but was just starting out in the mid-2010s. Most well known for her singing and co-starred on a show that I mentioned Miranda Sings being on.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Sorry, Ariana.
I don't know. Either way is fine. Well, we will likely do an Ariana Grande episode one day because she's had a history.
She's busy.
She's had a long career. But I do want to mention, I feel like people forget how much of an it girl Ariana Grande was in the middle 2010s. The red hair, the sweatshirts, when she did dye her hair back to brown, putting it up in the pony. It's still very iconic. So many people were trying to look and sound like her, literally including me, like hair up, half down all the damn time, because she was it. So of course, when you're making vlogs, hanging out with Ariana Grande, people are going to notice you. It seems like her closer friendship was actually with Ariana Grande's brother Frankie, but still close friends. She's even featured in Ariana Grande's Thank You Next video. She's literally the first person you see when the video opens, is Colleen. Yeah. I'm going to provide some numbers to help you get an idea of how big Miranda Sings and Colleen Ballinger are. The following numbers are also after the scandals that we're going to get into, but they're accurate as of May 2026. The Colleen Vlogs channel, where she just vlogs her life, has 2.92 million subscribers and 950 million views.
Okay.
The Colleen Ballinger channel has 8.09 million subscribers and 1.9 billion views. The Miranda Sings channel has 10.4 million subscribers and 2.3 billion views.
Well, that's a lot.
Yes. According to Forbes, in 2016, she was the 9th highest earning YouTuber on the platform. So, look, everyone was watching. Everyone who's anyone, I guess that's not you.
Yeah.
Her videos are reaching a lot of people. And as I mentioned earlier, lots of teens, lots of younger people, middle school, early high school kind of vibe. I was one of those teens. However, I actually didn't really enjoy Miranda that much. I liked Colleen, and I liked watching her. I think it's because she tapped into a kind of niche that you don't see a ton online. That being weird theater kid, because she was so obsessed with musical theater. And she was always singing, and I got into musical theater because of that. And I think her humor reflects that too. Not just in the Miranda Sings channel, Colleen's own humor, like I mentioned earlier, it gives homeschool kid who wasn't allowed to curse or talk about sex, and now that they're adult, it's all they want to talk about.
Couldn't have soda. No candy.
No candy. I feel like raunchy is not the right word for it, because it's just to get like a shock essentially out of you. Is that raunchy?
No.
It's very spontaneous. Like, I just paired these words together and I think it's funny. I also think sharing so much of her life online did make her viewers feel close to her. A lot of YouTubers at the time thanked fans regularly and would sometimes read comments, but Colleen consistently responded to fans, brought them up on stage at live shows, hosted meet and greets. It did just feel closer with her. This gets her into trouble beginning in 2020. Another YouTuber who we'll mention quite a bit by the name of Adam McIntyre uploads a video titled Colleen Ballinger Stop Lying. The video discusses interactions he had with Colleen as a teenage fan of hers. He originally connected with Colleen and her frequently featured friend Corey through Instagram and Twitter fan pages that he ran in 2013. He was running these pages diligently and was prominent in the fandom. He also went to 2 of her live shows and was in group chats in which Colleen and Corey were also in, with other fans. Colleen did a live stream in 2016 in which she was unboxing clothes from Forever 21 and said that if she didn't like the clothes, she would send them to fans. This is something she actually did quite a bit. She sent fan stuff all the time. At one point, she unboxes a bra and panty set, and Corey puts it on over his clothes. And they're laughing. It's kind of embarrassing, but she's like, I don't like it, whatever. As they start giving away clothes, they're looking through the comments of people watching and are amused by the comments Adam is leaving. At one point, they ask him what he would want sent to him, and I'll play you the clip of this interaction.
That boy win these or not?
I don't know. He has to tell me what he wants.
What do you say? Is he being mean?
He said, hi, you have ugly clothes, but I want those ratchet panties and bras signed by Corey because he modeled them well.
Yeah!
I do want to also note the ages in which him and Colleen are talking regularly. She is around 30, 31, and he is about 13, 14.
Wow.
So a 14-year-old or 13-year-old is being like, yeah, I want the bra and panties. Which I do want to say his comment is worded in very in line with the type of humor and the way Colleen would talk. Very sassy and doing stuff to just get a reaction. The cat's biting the cables. But very in line with Colleen's type of humor. I think a lot of 13 or 14-year-olds who want attention would say what he said. Colleen does send the bra and panties to Adam. And Adam says his parents took them away when he arrived. So he actually never saw them until he was making this video that I'm talking about now. In which he asked his mom if she still had it, and she did. And he pulls them out in the video. Adam says that after this, he and Colleen began speaking more personally. He claims she enlisted him to help in finding information she can use against her ex-husband, her ex-friends, or fans, to which he did.
this, 15-year-old?
13 to 14.
13-year-old is suddenly a PI.
Yes.
For Colleen.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Shouldn't he be in like algebra or something?
Yeah, but he was just online.
Yeah.
It happens. That was me. So not too much. Don't be too mean, because this is my culture. Yes. He also claims Colleen came to him with an offer of helping out with ideas for the Miranda Sings Twitter account. At this point, engagement was really slowing down on the Miranda accounts, and Colleen was worried it was due... I wonder if they can hear that.
Sure. Probably slip a little bit.
If you're able to hear that, that's the cat scratching the shit out of our couch. At this point, engagement was really slowing down on the Miranda accounts, and Colleen was worried it was due to her having to pull back and make Miranda less politically incorrect as she was getting bigger. I'll let Adam read the message that was sent to him.
I think it's so interesting when you're talking about these things. I feel like there are multiple people involved, but it is just her and herself.
She messaged me and said, I have a present for you today. I've never done this with anyone, but I'm trusting you. And then she proceeded to tell me about how she was planning on making me her social media intern. Right now, I'm considering you my social media intern, but if things go well, we can talk about me hiring you part-time for an hourly rate. I don't like using your creativity and insight for free, so just know I'm not planning on taking advantage of your help. I'm planning on making it more official if it works out that way. How does that sound, Queen? So then I got into the account and she basically just sent me a message saying go crazy.
So she gives him free reign, essentially. Allegedly. But I personally am like, she says she's never done this. She doesn't usually do this. And I think that makes you feel special. I just want to point that out. Adam and Colleen's fallout actually comes shortly after this, like within days of this. While preparing ideas for the Miranda Twitter, Adam sent Colleen a series of draft tweets and photos for her approval. Regarding one tweet in particular where Miranda, quote unquote, comes out as a Meghan Trainor fan. Stupid. Colleen was initially confused. Adam explained that the joke was that since Meghan Trainor isn't very well liked online, coming out as a fan would be like brave. Mostly, it's just kind of dumb. And it would just be like funny.
How old was he at the time? Like 15 now?
13 to 14.
He's still 13 to 14.
About like 14. Okay, I guess 14, almost 15.
I was wondering like what the span is here from when this kind of started to...
Yeah.
How old he is now.
Yes.
Now you have a 14-year-old running your...
Still a kid,
your PR, your marketing. Well, I guess your PR.
Like a social media intern
for what could be a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah, what is most likely one. Yeah. Colleen approves it, and we heard her say it. She approves that in the rest of the tweets and just says, go crazy. Once the tweet goes out, the blowback is pretty immediate. People are upset that Colleen shouldn't be joking about coming out, and it was just insensitive. Colleen deletes the tweet and tells Adam that she needs to approve everything before it goes out, which is confusing to Adam, as she did. But he disagrees and just moves on. The next day, Colleen messages Adam to tell him she's getting an overwhelming amount of hate about the tweet on her personal Twitter, and that she's panicking. Adam says he has logged out of the account, he tells her it'll blow over, and that he loves her, to which she does not respond. As time goes on, Adam begins hearing from his friends in the fandom that Corey, so the guy who was wearing the underwear, her friend, was in group chats saying that Colleen believes that Adam is running a Twitter account that specifically targets other Colleen Ballinger fans. Apparently there was this account that was just like trolling other fans, and Colleen was telling Corey that she thought it was Adam. And now Corey's running to all the fans who are being harassed and saying it's Adam, essentially. Well, he's saying Colleen believes it's Adam, which to them is hearing it's Adam.
Right.
Adam denies this and is extremely hurt by it. So this is something that stays quiet in the fandom until 2020. All this drama gets reignited alongside videos of Colleen that she has posted in the past. Those videos include Colleen and her sister Rachel impersonating Latinas in a way that is not sensitive. Colleen making fun of a plus-size woman on a flight, and Colleen joking about how she quote-unquote killed her childhood dog after it bit her and how they had to get it put down, and she's like laughing the whole time telling this story. So Colleen makes an apology video for this, and for the most part, it's decent. I feel like it could be better, but it's decent. Because she starts with apologizing. Oh my gosh.
Apologizing.
She starts with apologizing, first and foremost, for the resurfaced videos, saying that she was stupid and that she knows better and feels awful. She does not say Adam's name. She claims she has receipts, but does not want to show them because Adam is a minor. And you can kind of see as she starts to talk more about the video, she starts getting really defensive. She says she's always asked fans for their suggestions when it comes to her content and has hired fans for other parts of her business, which I think is interesting. As she said, she doesn't do this. Her original message to Adam. I never do this.
I think it's a pretty typical manipulation tactic.
She claims that Adam is the one who came to her, interested in working for her, and that they were in a trial period. She also says she did not fully read through his drafts and blindly agreed because she was breastfeeding her baby. She also agrees it was weird for a then 30-year-old woman to send a minor bra and panties and apologizes for that. She ends with saying she loves talking to her fans and thanks them for, quote-unquote, teaching her.
So she blamed it on her infant child?
She does this a lot because in Adam's final message to her, he does mention her son. I forget the context in which he does. I think he says, like, something about him, but I don't know. But she brings up her speaking about her child a lot. I think it's a very sensitive subject for her. This is the close to the ending of her apology video.
No, I should have never sent a fan underwear. How stupid am I? No, I definitely should have never given him access to my Twitter account. And no, I shouldn't have talked to him as often as I did. But I am not a monster. I am not a groomer. And I shouldn't kill myself.
She's talking so quickly.
I sped it up.
I was like, wow, she's...
I sped it up. There's some clips in here that I had to speed up. But, I feel like the way she is speaking is a pattern for, like, the rest of what happens, where she says, like, yes, I did it. Yes, sorry. Yeah, not even sorry. Yes, I did it. Whoops. Also, don't, like, how dare everybody speak to me like that? It always kind of comes back to her. Her apology was pretty widely accepted, I will say. Not by me. I stopped watching her at this time, period. Unfortunately for Adam, this led to a lot of hate on his end. Many other fans, some who were in the same group chats as him, I can't speak. I said group chaps.
Well, that goes with the daddy saddle.
Oh, God.
You and your group chaps in the daddy saddle.
That's crazy. So these fans that were in the same group chats as him, were friends with him, began to make videos and tweets defending Colleen and denouncing Adam. So she flies kind of under the radar for a while until 2023. So in 2023, screenshots started appearing online from fans of Colleen of what appeared to be interactions with her in more group chats and private messages with fans. One fan, going by the name Cody Rants, uploaded a video in which they compiled several screenshots of their conversations with Colleen. Cody has since deleted this video and their channel, and unfortunately, Twitter is not the place it used to be. And so it's been really difficult for me to find a lot of the screenshots that were being shared and videos, but I did my best. And luckily, Adam was a big help for me because he did a live stream reacting to Cody's video. So it kind of gets broken down via Adam, which is very helpful and has some of the screenshots in it. So the next few clips will be from that live stream. If you'd like to watch the entire thing for yourselves, it's posted on Adam McIntyre's channel. I'll also have it linked down below. And it's called I Was Right About Colleen Ballinger. So this first clip is a moment where Adam asked for questions. At this time, we're going back to when he was 13, 14 in those group chats. He asked for questions because he was trying to be a YouTuber as well. Someone who idolizes a YouTuber wants to be a YouTuber. This is shocking news. He asked for questions for like a Q&A video he wanted to make.
Children, they're called the weenies.
She goes, Adam, do you need questions for your Q&A? When my friends would be like, you know, what's your opinion on Mariah's new song or something? So she goes, are you a virgin?
If you're in the Colleen Ballinger fandom, you
Whenever I
know
was, like,
about this
15.
group chat. She's also asking...
And she asked me what my favorite sex position is.
So asking him, a 15-year-old, if he's a virgin and sex positions, because that's her humor. But also, like, why are you saying that?
See, that gets me to the thought of, is that her humor or is that her thought process that she disguises as being her humor?
Well...
Because you can laugh with it. Now suddenly it's humor.
Exactly. And I think the kids in that chat would probably be like, oh, Colleen, you know.
Well, yeah, because she's paying their bills.
What do you mean?
Wasn't this like her employee group chat?
No, they were just fans.
She just has a group chat with fans.
She had multiple group chats with just fans.
With just teenagers.
Yeah. Huh. And she tries to rewrite history later, and she says, like, well, some of them were in their 20s. And I'm like, but most of them were teenagers. Cody also includes screenshots of Colleen's past post on her socials. Here's a clip of that.
Yeah, this one, where she's like,
this is one of the main reasons to do Miranda now. People have a hard time understanding satire and jokes, especially with sensitive topics.
you mean like you joking about being M-worded by your uncle when you're the Miranda character? That's satire? Was it satire when you joked about this word multiple times? Was it satire of you joking about R-wording your then husband? Was it satire you telling people they should R-word your friend Harvey? Was it satire you joking about R-wording your young audience's Twitter feeds?
And the R word she's talking about is a word that rhymes with grape. There's also proof that Colleen did in fact utilize Cody when Adam made his original video. Cody shares messages between them and Colleen where Colleen says this.
And I was just like, la-di-da-di-da, like not even paying attention to them. And then I was like, do you mind if I include the DMs proving he lied in my video? Because like I said, I wanted those DMs and I wanted to be the only one who had them. Here's what she said.
Even though it will protect me more.
So here we have Colleen saying that I don't want our DMs included. Because she didn't want it being on the record that she was trying to take down a child. Because that's what she does best.
So Colleen was using Cody to like help make those videos and stuff saying Adam's a liar. It keeps going, but I think we get the picture. But I did want to include one last thing. Part of the reason this blew up at the time that it did was because a fan that was in the group chats had shared that Colleen sent nudes of a fellow YouTuber and at the time podcast co-host Trisha Paytas in a group chat that made fun of her body alongside her fans.
She sent nudes of Trisha Paytas?
Yes.
Okay.
To fans to make fun of her body. And she was, like I said, currently co-hosting a podcast with Trisha. Trisha's a massive YouTuber and is no stranger to controversies herself. I'm sure we will cover her in due time. That'll have to be like a 50-part episode. But Trisha was a sex worker for a long time, and unfortunately leaks of her nudes have been floating around for quite a while. However, at this time, Colleen and Trisha were pretty good friends. Both of them had recently had babies, and Trisha said that she was excited to have a mom friend. As I mentioned, they had even just launched a podcast together. So to see that a friend of yours shares a vulnerable photo of you to use as a joke is painful. Trisha does make a video about the situation, and I just wanted to share a clip from that because I think she says it, she covers it pretty well.
And it somewhat is embarrassing. I get made fun of all the time for my body, my nudes, even under this person's posts. While I'm thankful he posted them so I could see that this is real, it's hearing all that horrible stuff underneath the photo, like about my body just being messed up or disgusting, and it's a lot. Yes, I'm a sex worker, and yes, I chose this job, and yes, I make money doing it. But it never feels good to have someone just like make fun of your naked body. It's just a really vulnerable thing, and it is a little embarrassing if I'm being honest. But I'm more embarrassed for her that this is the kind of person she is. Like, I'm
really fucked up to do to a friend. Obviously, the podcast and friendship between them ended after that, as you can imagine. There's also a video that resurfaces from a show of hers. In it, she brings a young boy fan on stage, and she is in full Miranda. Miranda has always had this joke where she's like always looking for a boyfriend or calls like any man around her boyfriend. And while on stage, they were doing this bit with this young boy where they were like on a date. And at one point, she has like snacks tucked into like her pants. And she's like eating cheese balls, like by putting her hand in her pants and like pulling cheese balls out. And she asks him if he wants one, to which he does stick his hand in her pants to grab the cheese ball.
Do you want a cheese ball?
I'd love one. I can't believe I'm reaching in there right now.
The kid's like 11?
Maybe. Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. And even he's like, I can't believe I'm reaching in there. Like, he even's like, what are we doing? So all this stuff comes out. It looks god awful, right? How would you respond to all this?
From which perspective?
Colleen's.
I think I would just disappear as best I can from the internet.
So, I agree. Colleen takes a little break, and then she responds with a video simply titled, "Hi." Unfortunately, I cannot play this entire video. It's for some reason long, and it's truly something to behold. So we're going to play a couple clips, and then we will discuss. But I will say this is the video heard around the world.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true, though, just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. So I just wanted to say that the only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser. It just makes them human. But what do I know? Fuck me, right?
Literally, fuck you.
There's a couple things in there.
Yeah, let's go over it. Let's discuss.
There's a part where she said her PR team said she shouldn't do this or shouldn't talk about it. So she sung it. And I thought it was interesting. And it makes me pull back to this movie I think of called Hoodwinked, where that Billy Goat guy has to sing everything he says. And I think that was her in this, that she was cursed to have to sing it.
Cursed by what? Adam McIntyre?
Apparently the people that she hires. She hired her own PR team that told her not to do this, and as if that would have an effect on you when you run your own business. So that was interesting. There was the part at the end where she pretended to turn off her video, or I don't know if she pretended or if she was going to. I don't think that bit really works when you make videos for the last 10 years and then pretend as if you were turning it off and never reviewed the video you recorded before posting it.
Yes.
So that bit doesn't really
Everybody knows
stand.
you edit.
That doesn't really stand.
Yeah. It's so she can do the key change.
Some of her stuff is kind of scary.
What do you mean?
Her.
Oh. No, she has a dark spirit. Like, an evil spirit. One of my favorite parts is the only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. And yeah, I like
the groomer. She's just a loser.
She's not a groomer, she's just a loser. I also like the part of her faking out the camera, fake out. I also love that part. And I'm saying I love it because this is like evil. You may have noticed I'm not referring to this video as an apology video.
It wasn't.
There's not. There's no apology in it. Pretty much everybody feels this is an awful response. Even people who are like, I don't know if I believe all this. You guys are blowing stuff out of proportion. We're like, what the hell is this? Put the damn ukulele down. Colleen does take a break, which I think was wise, for 5 months. In that time, more screenshots come out, all kinds of things backing up Adam and Cody's accounts. But I will also say, also in this time, the accusers and former fans, they form this like team, essentially, and they're all talking to each other, whatever, collaborating in like sharing their experiences, and then they all start infighting. Cody, like I said, deleted everything and just like completely fell apart. I don't know what that was about. Colleen does come back, like I said, about 5 months later. I don't know if I did say that, but 5 months later, in a vlog. So she posted a vlog to her smallest channel, the Colleen Vlogs channel, that addresses the situation, and it's clearly way more thought out.
Obviously, the last video that I posted on here, it's really embarrassing, to say the least. I was being accused of some pretty awful things, and I just was mad, and I should have handled that situation with maturity and empathy, but instead I just let my ego take over, and I'm really disappointed in myself.
So she does do like a my bad kind of half-assed apology. There's no apology ever. And then after that initial intro to the video, she just jumps into like what she's doing to prep for Halloween.
Yeah, I feel like it's she dug herself a deeper hole, and whoever stayed on her PR team was probably very unhappy with how things went.
An interesting part of this is that there isn't a lot of fallout from this. Like I mentioned earlier, those counts I read at the beginning of the episode are current. She still has plenty of fans. And it isn't like controversy hasn't continued to follow her. Fans have repeatedly criticized her relationship with her husband, as it seems to have had overlap with her ex-husband. They met on set of her show Haters Back Off while she was, I believe, still married, at least separated. Her vlogs have also come under fire in terms of how she shows her children, cough cough, exploits her children. This is something that she shares with her brother Chris, as he has a family channel as well that has been absolutely torn to shreds in terms of how they post their children for views. These are topics we will go into when we discuss family channels. Like, it's truly sinister, but it is incredibly lucrative to have a family channel. More old racist posts come out about her, along with allegations about her on-set conduct on the Netflix show. A writer and showrunner assistant named April, I'll share her blog in the description down below, shares a blog post in which she described what it was like working on the show. She claimed that Colleen made several racist comments, which include a moment where they were watching audition tapes of a black actor, and apparently she shouted, "Where is he?" implying that he disappeared into the background when the lighting wasn't that good. And also, she documented a meeting in which Colleen said there should be, quote, limited people of color, extras, because the show took place in Washington State. There are people of color in Washington State. I just want that to be clear. April also wrote this quote that I find very interesting and telling. I'm going to read it now. She saw no issue with commenting on my hair or my clothes or asking about my personal life. Her lack of boundaries was remarkable. Most days, the first hour or so of work was dedicated to Colleen forcing us all to perform the emotional labor of counseling her through her marital concerns, being a listening ear to her complaints about fans, parentheses, they were being so sensitive lately, aka they had spoken up about their discomfort with her using a black scent, end parentheses, and getting the latest updates on the antics of her fellow YouTubers. I recalled overhearing her once brag that a creator was being, quote, canceled for saying the N-word, parentheses, and if you think she went with the, quote, N-word, instead of hitting that hard R, then you haven't been paying attention, end parentheses, and that she would never be stupid enough to get caught doing something like that.
She got caught.
Well, I guess she was stupid enough. I think the fact that none of this stuck to Colleen is very interesting, because when it comes to cancel culture, I'm of the mind that when men get canceled, it's like 50-50 if it actually works. When women gets canceled, it's like 80-20 if it works or if it doesn't. And Colleen, for some reason, is the 20. What do you think? Why do you think it hasn't stuck to her?
Because she has three people. She has three personalities.
3?
Miranda sings, her vlogs, and then whatever the third channel.
It's just a more produced version
Yeah,
of
so
her.
it's a numbers game.
Okay.
She survived,
So you think like...
She pinned it all on Miranda singing.
Interesting! I didn't think of it like that.
She pinned it all on the character. The character was the problem, not her.
Babe, that's a really good observation. I have not thought about that at all. I think there's a lot to be said about the type of content she's making now. Nowadays, it's based on her family and challenges. It's brainless Cocomelon 6-7 baby brainless content. Fruit Love Island.
Yeah, but that stuff makes money.
I know. So Colleen actually did address this situation relatively recently on a podcast. It's called Tea Time with Raven and Miranda Not Sings. It's Raven Simone's podcast. The whole podcast is Colleen half apologizing, but also talking about almost here's my experience of what it was like to be canceled. However, she does say that she knows she handled the situation wrong. So I'll show you that clip now, sir.
Yes, I mean, I should have listened to what people were saying, and I should have...
I think people want an apology. I think people want for you to acknowledge the things that happened on stage. I hope that you give that to them.
I agree with you. I think that they do want an apology, and I am sorry. And here's the thing, is when you mess up and when you make a mistake and do something wrong, sometimes you got to keep apologizing for it. And that's what I should have done.
I love that Raven Simone called her out. She's I think people just want an apology.
I think it's interesting that she agreed with it, which kind of says that she knows that that's what people wanted, and it took until she was on this podcast to even say the words "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I feel like it's peak ego in action. That's what it looks like. So what do we think? What do we think Colleen should do? Should she make I don't think she'll ever make another apology.
I think she should just rock. She's already kind of been around the block on doing these things and trying to do whatever. It clearly doesn't matter, therefore whoever she's reaching out to doesn't care. I mean, she should just keep rocking.
Well, I think she should stop making content and disappear.
I mean, that's the ideal situation, right? But is that...
I know.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Kind of a bleak ending, but like...
Until her audience changes the way they look at things.
Yeah. Listeners, I would just say, like, I just hope those victimized are finding peace, and watch what your damn kids are watching online. If they're just watching this woman play with slime, like, they don't need to watch that. Put on a TV show. Put on damn Bluey. Something. That's all I have for you. Kind of a rougher topic today. I genuinely, like I said, I was so angry researching this, and I felt like I was losing brain cells while I was watching these videos, which is kind of funny because I'm like, I used to consume these all the time. It's probably why I am the way I am. But I think this was like... Colleen Ballinger shows up a lot in a lot of other YouTuber lore, so I feel like this is like... We're just scratching the surface with this one. How's that make you feel?
I thought it was really good. I learned a lot. I saw that ukulele video once upon a time. Or clips of it. I never watched.
I feel like, yeah, I thought it was funny, like, watching you watch the clips that I was showing you, because it was almost like you were watching it for the first time, and I feel like that is, like, the reaction when I was rewatching the video, I was like, I can't believe she posted this. I'm aghast.
Yeah, what was it, not a groomer, just a loser.
Just a loser.
Was, but that's played a lot of places.
Yeah. Pretty much, that video has, like, 20 million views. Like, a lot of people saw it. Oh. Yeah. Olive's telling us to wrap it up, I think.
So it's time to go.
It's just time to leave. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back next week. Same time next week. Go follow our socials, please. I will upload stuff about Colleen Ballinger if you want to see her face. If you want to see some of the clips from this week. They will be on the Instagram. A couple of brain cells. Damn, she's like, shut the hell up.
It's done.
Girl, let me finish. But a couple brain cells, Instagram. Peek. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.